How's it going, everybody? Let me introduce you to my friends. This is Spencer Hanneman. We have Jonathan O'Brien, Carol Ann Pecchia, and my name's Alex Toybert, and we're the Hicks Canyon Band. The first song that we're going to be playing for you on this beautiful Tuesday evening is called Burn Me Down, and it's the first song on our new full-length album, so I hope you enjoy it.
Burn me down, now help me up. Well, ain't this just my kind of love? Carve this chest, that ice cold gold. Don't you dare pretend you still got a soul. Sharpened eyes and a hazy mind. If I could, I doubt I'd buy more time. 'Cause I'm running out. You twist your mouth, and that train outside your window's way too loud. Give me God on second thought. There's nothing there I can make myself want. So give me blood, give me love, but not the kind you think I'm thinking of.
We're hanging out here, people, with the Hicks Canyon Band. Who are we sitting with, guys?
I'll start. My name's Alex.
My name's Spencer.
I'm Carol Ann.
My name's Jonathan.
Awesome. Now, guys, we just heard you play 2 tracks off of the new album. Everything sounded amazing. What's the name of the debut that's coming out?
Thank you so much. The name of the album is River Deep, and this is it right here. And yeah, we played 2 of the songs. The title, or first track rather, called Burn Me Down,
Cool.
and then the 7th track out of 11, which is called All the Glass.
Nice. Sounded really, really great.
Thank you.
Now, this is your second release. You guys had something that came out prior? Is that what we were talking about before?
We did.
Okay.
Earlier this year, in the early spring, we recorded a little EP. It was kind of a bedroom recorded type EP deal
Nice.
that Alex and I did, and Carol Ann sang on a little bit. And that was before we got hooked up with John and did a creative collaboration.
Very cool.
as they say.
Did John become part of the band when you guys recorded your full length?
He approached us to record here at his beautiful studio, and yes, he did.
Did you ever show interest in wanting to work with these guys before?
Yeah, Spencer had been doing stuff not as the Hicks Canyon Band, just as Spencer Hanneman for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just always a fan. And I just felt like it really kind of kept flying under the radar as far as he was actually releasing like an EP or an album almost every month. And I would see it on Facebook and I'd listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like it was kind of just not catching,
Yeah.
you know? So I always loved the songs. I wanted to make a record with him. And once it actually turned into the Hicks Canyon Band, like the songs added a drummer and it added a new element.
Yep.
And that's really when I like wanted to push to make a record. So we went back on like his back catalog of like 60 songs or something like that.
Wow.
And ended up picking 12 and 11 are on the record.
60 songs?
Yeah.
And how much time? How much time did it take you to write 60 songs?
Seriously, 3 years at the most. I
Okay.
think there was
My
just
goodness.
like a period of time where I had nothing better to do than like write music, and I don't know. I got into the vibe where I'm a big music appreciator.
Sure.
Like I love music, and I got into the vibe where it's like I could either sit around and listen to music or sit around and write music. Like what the hell else am I doing, kind of thing.
Sure.
And so I started doing that, and then yeah, we'd release, like you said, almost literally like 5 songs or 10 songs every month, and they were all bedroom recordings, like very not overproduced type things.
And when you're saying we, that's the three of you? To some extent? Or
It started out with me, and then Alex and I a couple years ago started just jamming together and playing some of my songs and covers and stuff like that just for fun, but it turned out it worked really well. Kind of brought a new element to the music that wasn't there before.
Cool.
And Carol Ann, who has a lovely voice, was gracious enough to lend those talents to some stuff later on as well.
I wanted to ask you guys a little bit about working with John O'Brien. Now, the beginning sounds like it was very bare bones recordings, bedroom recordings and this sort of thing. When I was listening to the album, there's big production value. I hear strings on it. I hear a lot of different instruments, which is kind of your forte in a lot of ways. You kind of like having fun on albums. Did you like how the songs were interpreted? Was there ever a point that you thought, you didn't trust where John's image was going from this small idea to what they turned into? How do you feel about all that?
I think I can answer this question.
All right, let's do that. Let's talk there.
No, I know what you mean, and I know a lot of people who like start working with other people and they started out the same way I did, and it's a little uncomfortable for them to have someone who has these certain ideas that never came to you. But for me personally, whenever I wrote anything, all I heard in my mind was like myself and guitar or keys, whatever was like the most basic instrument. And so anything that gets thrown on top of that to me is just like, wow, that sounds incredible. I had no idea it could sound that much bigger. So when I met Alex, like drums, it was just like an enormous difference. And then Carol Ann's vocals was an enormous difference. And then John comes in playing incredible bass, keyboard parts, like the pump organ. Everything is just like takes it a little bit more into a direction I didn't think it could go, but I personally really appreciated. And he kind of took a director's role because
Nice.
I don't know, he's very important to how the album sounds. It would be completely worthless without him, I feel like.
And John, did you have a certain idea of how these songs were going to be constructed? It sounds like you followed his career to some point.
Yeah.
And you kind of pinpointed, this could sound this way, this could sound this way.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always an idea of like what you want it to sound like, and there might have some references and stuff like, oh, this band or this band. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna sound like the artist, and hopefully you meet somewhere in the middle that you like, you enjoy. And I think pretty quickly we kind of found those influences. Bands like The Good Life or David Bazan, stuff like that. And it kind of just took shape from there.
While your mama's taking swigs, your daddy digs his grave. And I'm trying to find a way out of this place, so I die sane. It's a damn fine shame they let you get away. While your mama's sleeping deep in the early afternoon, your daddy's trying not to think of the things that he should do, like sweep up all the glass, mow the goddamn grass. slip away.
You guys planning some sort of tour or playing some shows to promote the album?
We're working on a tour, but yeah, currently we have November 11th. We're playing at the Constellation Room, which is kind of that's when the album officially is released.
Cool.
And then November 15th at the Gypsy Den in Santa Ana. And then November 23rd, which is our kind of bigger show with Monroe and Nilu at the Detroit Bar in Costa
Cool.
Mesa.
Very cool.
That'll be a good show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be fun. Very fun.
So those are the shows. Is there an official release date and release party? Like which one is?
The official release date is the 11th,
Okay.
Monday the 11th, and we do have a show that night. But you know, we're just kind of
Yeah,
celebrating it all month. I
Sure,
guess,
sure, sure.
Is how you could put it.
So happy release month.
Yeah.
Of November.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to it for a while.
Yeah.
We didn't spend too long in between finishing the record and releasing it, but I think a lot of it was, I mean, at least me kind of coming into the band role from the producer role, like we needed a lot of time to figure out how to like make what's on the record sound halfway decent live,
Oh.
because there's just a lot of instruments.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah,
but we,
I think that's where that guy comes in, right?
Yeah. How are you gonna fill in the
That's
sound?
yeah, we have this guy, like Brendan or something. He's been sitting in playing guitar, kind of fills it in.
Is he here today?
Yeah, I think he's back here somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, he's I don't know. He's
I
always
haven't seen him.
Brandon?
he's just around, kind of
Gotcha.
one of those.
Is he even real?
Yeah, yeah.
Still trying to figure that one
come to
out.
the show and find out.
Yeah.
All right. I think we will. Perfect, guys. Well, look, really looking forward to getting my hands on this thing next week. Looking forward to the shows coming up. Sounds good. It's going to be a fun November. And again, really enjoy the album.
Thank you very
There it
much.
is. Yeah,
Thanks
absolutely.
for coming, talking with us, and
Hey, thanks
Watching us play
for
things.
having us.
yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you.
Anytime.